Good evening, Raider Nation. This is RJ coming at you live from the Wright State Esports Center, where your Wright State Raiders are getting set to take on the Michigan Wolverines JV team in a best-of-3 match. I am joined, of course, by my co-host, Jabub, as we get started to try and hope that the Raiders get back on track in this one. We weren't able to stream last week, but unfortunately the Raiders did fall for the first time this year. It was against a Horizon League foe in Robert Morris. It was a close one and went all the distance to map number 3, but the Raiders did fall, and they're looking to get back on track on map number 1 in Bind. Jabub, how do you think the Raiders are going to approach this one, starting off on attack?
Seeing that what Summer can do, they can approach through his sky play that we saw in the first match, and let's just see if the team hits all the way around him, and actually they can play together. Now, it is going to be tough for the side of Wright State, as the Michigan does have a double smokes and a senti for their bind comp, so it's going to be hard to hit into sites, as they do have a lot of stall and post plant. However, I still think the Raiders can definitely come out with the win here because of their double senti comp.
Yeah, big double senti comp coming for the Raiders. This is their first outing on Bind for the semester. They're looking to kick things off with the opening pistol round, but Window starting things off with the shotgun, as they are known to do. Oh, before trading it up. Before making me look like a liar, I guess. Yeah, Raiders, looking for, looks like 3 going to B site, the other 2 going to the A site, and that is mirrored by the Wolverines so far.
Let's see if this bandit purchased by Window can really change the distance, as the Raiders opt for all classics other than Window.
And they do hold that formation. The rise is close call there for the Wolverines. They were able to jump out of there. The spike is headed towards B side, but so far the Raiders have not gained any ground in the site yet. More scouting coming down from the sky. Some smokes coming in from the Viper, but I think Wright State might be... The plan might be to try and take the teleporter to the other side of the map. They are huddled in that corner to try and do so. Yes, I was able to predict that one. All 5 Raiders about to swarm A side, only 2 defending for the Wolverines.
Obscuring vision.
Those look pretty well smoked off as they go for the plant. Acuna, though, has that shotgun trying to anticipate Summer coming in from the window. Gets one when Summer came in for the flank. But it's 2 Raiders down pretty quick. Both are offensive players. Things evened up by CS Leaf. They do have the plant down. Tubby finding a good kill onto Ezzy. But Topaz can't get back onto site. Now it's all up to Tubby. Quacky going for the defuse, and they will drop the opening pistol round. 3 kills by Oceano.
I think the Raiders there definitely had the right read by drawing rotates out and playing it slow. The TP did catch them off guard, and they did get the plant, but the post plant just wasn't enough for the Raiders, as they just got picked off one by one. Especially Acuna in that U-Haul control with that shorty really probably cost the Raiders the whole round there.
Yeah, did a very good job of breaking that Raider offensive up. Now it looks like we've got 4 Raiders looking for B site this time, and that is the weaker side for the Wolverines at the moment. Oceano does find one with, I believe that's the Outlaw. Window does trade them back out. Now everybody's... You have an extra player rotating back onto B site. They do know that this is where... They've read that this is where the spike is for Wright State. They are by that teleporter again. Only one player near A for either side. Tubby's making their way. And they do take the teleport angle again. Only the Viper, Acuna, defending right now for the Raiders. Topaz should be able to get this plant off. It'll be a 4v4 post-plant situation. Tubby might be cornered here. And yes, he will be taken out by Quackity.
That Outlaw
Yeah.
really comes in clutch for CS Leaf taking up from that kill in long.
CS Leaf keeps going! And it's a huge thrifty for the Raiders to even up the scoring. It was CS Leaf staying alive to find 2 kills there.
That was a huge clutch by the Raiders, just getting that pick and long for the Outlaw at the beginning of the round and only losing 1 for it. Getting an even 50-50 trade. And CS Leaf just picked up the Outlaw, and he still gets so much impact with that Outlaw that they're so... the Michigan was so worried about the Outlaw in the corner that they did not mind the other 2 players in showers and just mowed them down.
You're talking so much about those Outlaws. Now Wright State's got 2 of them. Going for this next round. Window. Wacky.
Doing a thing.
Let's see, 2 Raiders there. Will pop back into the smoke to take out Window. Sky sends their dogs out to scout. We'll find 1 pin bomb. Ooh, the spray through the smoke, almost bad. Wright State still down a man. All the action on A site. There are 3 Wolverines to defend, but Topaz finds Quacky. Pinned behind the boxes. This should be a good plant for them. They have the cover to do so. Now it's another 4v4 post plant. There is a chamber trying to find an angle, but isn't able to find one. Michigan trying for an angle. Now Tubby, the other chamber, looking for something out there. Just 3 on site. CS Leaf, though, stays lethal, finds Acuna. Was traded out by Shadows. 3v3, but not as long as Leaf has anything to say about it. Time is running out for the Wolverines, and CS Leaf with a big 3 kill. Popping off early in this one for the Raiders.
There's some huge kills from CS Leaf there with the Bulldog on site. The Bulldog does so much when Michigan has like no armor, and as Michigan now are just recuperating into their bye round. But as we look, CS Leaf and Topaz getting those kills in the early round means that they have their ults before anyone else does in the game, and Window's only 1 away. So, the Raiders here have the ult advantage from playing this slow and getting orcs.
Depending on how they play this one, this could be a big round for the Raiders. That spike is headed towards B site again. That is the weaker defended site. The Window comes forward, almost gets the kill, but they jump away from it. Grenade comes through the smoke. Window pops his ult. Wait, looking for a target. Can't find anything, but Topaz will find Ezzy as he goes for the plant. 5v4 in favor of the Raiders. CS Leaf, can he stay clutch? He will find Quacky again in the 1v1. Advantage definitely in the favor of the Raiders as Summer cuts down 2 more. Oceano against the world. It's a flawless round for the Raiders.
Pay attention. Might learn
The
something.
Raiders, they even need to use their CS Leaf didn't need to use their ult. No one went down on the side of the Raiders, so Topaz didn't need to use their ult. It was just Window getting that ult orb and long just open up the site for the Raiders.
Yeah, they used one ult, but they now have Topaz's ult to revive a fallen comrade in one of these rounds, and still only one ult available for the Wolverines in turn, just the Chamber ult. 3v1 in favor of the Raiders. It's definitely looking like an A push this time. But it has been run so far, but CS Leaf stays lethal, and Wright State cuts down the defense. Casting Shadows is pinned. And once again, it's Oceano against the world.
Spike planted.
As Wright State swarm A site. You just save here?
He only has a Bucky, so I think he's just going to try to get some exit frags here.
Teleport's ready.
This is such a fast hit by Wright State, though. Michigan cannot react to that.
Ooh, he got hit by the Wolf, and it's a flawless round. Wright State are humming so far. CS Leaf, I mean, you said they don't really have an IGL, but he's been credited as the IGL sometimes, and he's off to a 9-1 start for the Raiders. Still, CS Leaf used his ult, but Summers got their ult ready, and Tubby's just 2 ult orbs away.
Sweet Oceano with the Tour de Force out for this round to see if they can do any damage with it, but Wright State has the cash for the next couple of rounds, so even if they lose this, it won't be detrimental.
He had a good angle before getting smoked off. He's just going to walk away. Unbeknownst to him, the full force of the Raiders is about to come through that hallway. So far, it's been pretty well. Tubby, though. Tubby takes 2 down! And that's good. That should be B site. Oh, no, there's still 2 on the B site. That was on the side, excuse me. They will instead teleport to the now relatively undefended. Tubby stays lethal. He's taken A site near single-handed as the last 2 remaining players. Oceano, though, does find one.
Last player standing.
And Tubby, though. Tubby's going for the... Oh, he was going for the ace until Oceano cut him down. He'll still end the round with 4 kills, and this should be round number 5 for Wright State, unless Oceano can really pull a rabbit out of his hat here. He's still alive for now, but yeah, he's not going to find anything there. Another great round for the Raiders.
Yeah, definitely. Window with just getting out of that heaven space and just made Oceano like really care about looking heaven, but unfortunately Oceano did get the kill on the Window. But for the Raiders, I mean, the picks and showers is very important, as it looks like there was a 3 people on that B site before they got those picks, and after they got those picks, they're like, hey, we can just go A, and told the bomb just to go A there. But
yeah, looks like a save round for the Wolverines. They do have 2 ults available with 2 more close behind them. Right now, it's relatively undefended B site. That is where the spike is headed right now, but it does look pretty close to that teleporter at the moment. Right now, it's 2-3 look for the defense. Tubby does get Oceano this time, as the Raiders swoop in to take out Quacky on the 2v1. This spike is headed for the A site. Only 1 defender right there, and they're not going to last long, as the rest of their Wolverines are stuck in the back of the site. As the plant comes down, it's all up to Essie now. And they won't last long. It's yet another flawless round from the Raiders.
yeah, eco round for the Wolverines. Raiders should be winning that every time, and they do. So we look at the Wolverines. They do have 3 ults available. And most importantly, the Waylay ult. might give them a good retake for this site, as they look like they're going to stack 3 on the B site and switch things up here.
Yeah, I feel like this needs to be a big round for the Wolverines. You're already down 6-1. You've got ults available. You're buying rifles. It's not quite now or never, but it's either now or you're running out of time. Spike was headed B briefly, wrapping back around now. Oceano trying to find the pin there against CS Leaf, but can't find him against those crates. Everyone's still alive as Topaz brings the spike around to A. Only 2 defenders on the site at the moment. Summer comes creeping through the smoke, sprays through, can't find anybody. Meanwhile, CS Leaf did fall, but revive might be coming out soon. Essie fighting for their life, sending out the scouts, but Summer's got them dead to rights. Is traded out, though, by casting shadows. The Wolverines do have the man advantage in the post-plant situation.
One enemy remaining.
The Raiders are running out of people now. It's all up to Topaz, but even with the spike down, he's just gonna find a few pretty... Oh, he did... Oh my gosh, no way! They lined up for him through the smoke! Topaz, you are crazy!
Topaz, holy cow. The Raiders, Topaz just saved them from that round. All that chip damage from before throughout the round by every other player on the Raiders really counted for that, just that post plant, as all of them were low, and one spray from Topaz can just get all 4.
Get all 4. They lined up right for him. Incredible performance from Topaz. Puts his team up 7-1.
Now the Wolverines are on an eco round. They just can't afford stingers here.
Bye-bye.
Tried to swing through, but weren't able to find the kill that time. But Summer shows them how to do it, taking out their so far best player, Oceano. Wright State are going to make their way on to A site.
The timing and load. They missed each other completely.
Window lurking into enemy lines. Will wrap back around to join his team, and the remaining 2 Wolverines have a long way to go to get back into this one. It's 4v2 in the post plant. Essie trying to find Window, can't with their pistol. Wacky rushes through, but is unaware of Window, and Tubby will put the finishing touches on that one. 8-1 lead for the Wright State Raiders.
Good round from the Raiders, just getting their ecos down, but I just want to point out that time again and long. That was crazy. The Viper Orb going up as soon as they cross each other, cannot see each other, and yeah, just a crazy timing.
Speaking of timing, it feels like the Wolverines are starting to miss their window here. They still have 3 ults up, but Wright State have 4 to answer with.
I've got your trail. Hawk out.
Wright State look like they're coming running into B. They've recognized that there's only 1 defender there for the Wolverines, trying to flush out Essie. Summer's blinded, but will eventually find their target. Plant still isn't down. Wolverines are trying to respond in time, but Topaz should get the plant down here. With the opposing Viper, the only one with a different angle from the rest of the team, but Tubby is coming in behind the rest of the Wolverines. A trade out will answer, but they're running out of time. Here comes Tubby. He's coming through the smoke, and they have no idea. They have no idea. He cuts down, casting shadows. Only a low health Quacky in his way. Akuna is doing some work, but not enough. Wright State 9-1.
I'm really surprised that the Wolverines didn't use the Waylay ult to come back into this round, the combo with the Astra ult. from Wright State, I mean, they're all in sight, and that Waylay ult could definitely just impede them. But now, if you're the Wolverines, you're coming to another like eco half buy round. We have casting shadows with a Phantom, and looks like they're just gonna force here with these Bucky's Judges and a Phantom.
Wright State so far setting up outside of A. Wolverines have Reddit so far. They do have 4 defending the site. Feels like if they're Wright State seem committed if they're gonna win. Tubby though, and Tubby and Window with opening kills for Wright State. 2 players seem dead. Quacky though is able to find at least something back on Topaz. Some are going for the plant. Window's got a great angle onto Oceano as Quacky falls.
There.
He's got a knife in his hand. He's it's another Wright State win. They're styling at him this point. J-Bub.
Last round in the half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's 10-1 for the Raiders, and like to point out that the Raiders didn't heavily invest into the U-Haul position after they saw there were 2 players with a shotgun in that U-Haul position. And they just like waited it out, planted bomb, and then just waited for them to push out to get them off the site. I mean, Michigan did read it on A that round, but it didn't really matter as the guns weren't for them.
Yeah, Wright State looking to finish the round with 11 straight wins. And that's going to get them on the right start. Tubby finding an opening kill. CS Leaf not long behind him. Quacky, though, does have a good angle, but can only find one before being cut down, and Topaz will bring Tubby back with the ult. Why not? Round's about over anyway. Oceano just trying to find something to make the round look a little less ugly, but it's going to be a team ace from Wright State as we switch sides.
I'm kind of disappointed in Michigan here with not using that Waylay ult the entire half, but I think the Raiders have been dominant so far anyways. I don't know if it would have mattered in the end.
Yeah, but like at a certain point, like you gotta try something. Like I know you're down a bunch of rounds. I know the half looks lost, but you're gonna lose it at the half anyway. You gotta use it at some point. Yeah, 11-1 half for Wright State. Only 2 rounds away from putting this one to bed. This map to bed. Yeah, it doesn't look like that. So far in this one, it doesn't look like that Robert Morris series has bothered the Raiders in the slightest. They do have defense set up on A site. Not a good start to the round for the Raiders. 3 already dead for them. As the Wolverines push into A site on the pistol round. Just Topaz and Summer working through the back of the site against the full force of the Wolverines. They can find
player standing.
No, doesn't look like they're gonna get anything this time. Topaz will at least find one before going down. But the Wolverines will finally find their second round of the map.
Yeah, it was a good play from the Wolverines on pistol, just to rush down that especially with the Waylay there. Quackity definitely dashed over after with that, seeing what they saw with the dog from SA, and got the kill, and it opened up the whole site for them. And just an unfortunate timing for Window in that smoke.
You can.
And so he couldn't find anything with that shorty. So good round from Michigan here.
So the only 2 wins they have come from pistol rounds. Let's see if the Wolverines can find a third one here. It's not quite a pistol round anymore, but still a lower econ round for both sides as back in Asuna line up there. Not able to find anything yet. They were thinking about A side, but there were 3 Raiders lying in wait. Looks like they're thinking of cycling back around. CS Leaf has departed for B side, but they're pushing back in. Window, though, cuts down Quacky before they have the chance to get set up to do anything. Defense remains the same for the Raiders. The spike is still in the vicinity of A site. Oceano trying to find somebody out. Almost finds pay dirt, but is smoked off, preventing him from taking the full kill. Only 30 seconds left in the half. We're gonna have to find a push somewhere here. Looks like they're gonna finally commit to this A push. As Window, though, will finish off Oceano and find another one for his troubles. He's looking for an ace.
But the bomb's on the other side of the TP. There's no way for Michigan to come back and win this round. The bomb is lost.
Oh, they can't get the bomb. Oh, no.
1 enemy remaining.
Tubby's gonna find one more, but it's insult to injury for the Wolverines to lose one like that, as Wright State only one away.
It's a big fumble by the Wolverines there. They didn't take enough space, and they just sat there stalled at the A site. And then when Acuna was decided to take some space B and do a TP play, there was just not enough time, and the bomb was lost on the other side of the TP, and it was just, the round was over right then and there.
Looks like the Wolverines are going to try their luck on B site. Wright's taking a little aggressive here. Gotta be careful not to get caught there, but that is where the full force, yeah, and Oceano will nail the flank. A little over-aggressive that time from the Raiders. Should be an easy plant for B side. As the rest of the Raiders will wrap back around the backside of the map to try and find win number 13 on Bind. Tubby comes in first, but Oceano is looking for an ace of his own, but Tubby helps the Raiders fight back.
Last player standing.
Now, yeah, and it is going to be an ace for Oceano, the first ace of the night. Oceano definitely has felt like they're the Wolverines' best player so far. He's the only one of them with a positive KDA, and he's going to have to be instrumental if the Wolverines are going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat here against the Raiders.
Yeah, that round from Michigan broke the Raiders' economy here. Now we're going to see some weird buys here from the Raiders. Let's see a Phantom, a couple classics, and a Bucky again from Window. Maybe Window can punish them like the second round of this half, where he did pick off the Waylay and...
Right now, Window's just hunched by a door frame. It's Summer, though, who will open this one for the Raiders against Quacky. As CS Leaf wraps around to B, the Raiders might have read this one. Does certainly appear to be a B push at this point as the Sky Dogs come in.
Now, they did see 2 players on the site, so it looks like they're going to look over towards the A site. But CS Leaf has read it, kind of, never mind.
He was reading it. Makes a liar out of us again, but still have 2 on site. Window's been staring at this door for a while. It's gonna get smoked off, wraps back around, but Oceano is waiting. Tubby, though, will find a trade. CS Leaf has found the chamber. Oceano will find another one before he will get the better of CS Leaf, but Tubby will trade his life out. Just a 2v2 post plant. I know where Oceano is. It's Summer and Topaz. I know where one is, not the other. They're looking that direction. They might know he's there.
One enemy
But the
remaining.
blind comes in. Great play from Summer, and they have Oceano dead to rights. This one is over. 13-3 is your final score on Bind.
Defenders win.
It was a huge game from the Raiders there. That's a lot of eco rounds here lost from both sides, with the lesser weapons winning the round. But I mean, as we look at the scoreboard here, it's Tubby definitely MVP of this match. It was kind of a chamber off in this match with Oceana with the top of Michigan. But now, how do you think of the game?
Yeah, I think the game had everything you wanted. You got the team plays where Wright State just kind of slowly suffocated them out, and then you had some great hero plays from guys like Topaz to steal a few rounds away, and it's a great showing from the Raiders there on Bind. As we will head to the other map pick, it's going to be Haven. Yeah, that is a map we've seen them on, correct? That's the one where...
Yes, that is a map we've definitely seen them on, and
Right.
yeah, as they are 1-1 on the map, as we will catch you in about 5 minutes for Haven again. It's going to be Wright State's pick, so we will be back in 5 minutes.
Welcome back, Raider Nation. If you are just tuning in, you missed an absolute banger of a map between the Wright State Raiders and the Michigan Wolverines JV squad. Wright State took the map on bind. 13-3 was the final score, with Tubby top fragging. Now we head to Haven. This is the third outing for Wright State on this semester. First time went pretty well, second time not so much, so hoping to get some more consistency on this map as we head into it. Wright State will also be starting this map on the attacker side. Jabub, what can we expect from the Raiders in this one?
I think the Raiders can pick up where they left off, not pick up where they left off, is change what they picked off in the first time they played Haven, which I believe was a 13-1. And kind of just, it seems like they have forgotten about their last game completely and just moved on, and they're playing like they did before. And I think we should expect just an easy sweep from the Raiders here in map 2. However, we do have a role change up for the Wolverines, as Oceano is no longer on that Sentinel chamber, as they have switched to Sova, as that is going to be interesting for the side of the Wolverines, with also Cunha switching from the Viper to a secondary duelist.
Yeah, Oceano was undebatably the Wolverines' best player in the last map, so they're going to want a pretty big performance from him as we head into map 2. Pretty similar team comp for the Raiders. We do see the Neon and the Killjoy coming back out.
Yeah, I believe last time we had a summer MVP, match MVP last time we were on stream on this map, where I believe Summer dropped about 30 kills. So we'll see how the Raiders play this one, but we'll definitely be seeing a lot of window, Bucky, or just shotgun in this map.
Speaking of, it's window taking that option as we get into the opening pistol round. Wright State, so far they've got that spike lined up between C and B, as the weight of the Wolverines defense looks to be on the A side. They're getting very aggressive. Two of their players pushing straight towards Wright State. But the Eon will jump away, leaving just Quacky in that advanced position, trying to find at least one kill out here. They are spotted by the scout and quickly jump away. Wright State, meanwhile, have pivoted that spike back to A site along with 4 of their players. With only 2 players defending now, Neon rushes in, will find one along with another coming from the Killjoy. Tubby going for the plant.
Spike planted.
Wright State looking for a pistol round win to open up this one. 4v3 advantage in the post plant.
I do like this Asher Clark coming out from casting shadows. It forces Leaf to stay off the line.
Ooh, oh, CS Leaf had a good angle. Will eventually find one before being taken out, but Summer and Window team up to seal the deal on this one.
Yeah, I think the Wolverines did have a good plan early round, smoking that A and going up with the Yoru and the Waylay. But once the Raiders heard Acuna TP to away, they realized they can just dog and take that space and just wait it out, and they did. And it was an easier site to take with just Quackity on the site. Now, we're going to see again in this round, Topaz is probably going to lurk mid again and get one like he did last round.
Yeah, we know all about Topaz and how he likes to look mid. Meanwhile, Wright State, for their part, they do have 3 of their players mid, but the spike seems to be firmly seated on the side of C right now. Meanwhile, C is just kind of open, but they do rotate off of it so far. But with the scout coming in, they should realize Window, especially with Window and Topaz finding kills there, they should realize that this C site is completely undefended with Summer flashing off Essie to find that kill.
So much space is taken by the Raiders here. The only place they can be is A.
One enemy remaining.
Topaz just cleaning them up with Summer.
Topaz is the king of mid, and he will not be denied. 2-0 start with a flawless to boot.
Yeah, at the start of the round, the reason though the Wolverines went off of site is because Tubby got a dink through the box on the SA in sight, so SA could not just hold that space anymore, so they had to back up, and the Wolverines just gave them Garage and C for free. And now, as we see, Oceano, it actually cannot buy a weapon here. It's going to be a weird buy from...
Ooh.
With a Guardian coming out from the Wolverines, and it's going to be awkward as like all of them have light shields here, but as Quackity again does the same push every round with the Astra Smoke to take this A main.
Yeah, it's just Summer. They do see his head outside of the smoke for the opening kill. The spike was C-side, looks to be rotating back towards mid, potentially.
Topaz does have 14 HP already in the round. It's really tough for him to take any space.
Yeah, but it does look to be a B push at the moment. Only one immediate defender on that site. There are some west of that position in Oceano. Make this even harder for the Raiders. Taking out CS Leaf. They're gonna have to do a B push here, but they still can't find Oceano.
Last player standing.
Oceano with a third kill to take out the remaining HP of Topaz. And the Wolverines answer flawless for flawless.
Now, at the beginning of the round, I wasn't so sure that Guardian would work for Oceano, but I was proven wrong. Oceano with some big kills. 3 kills in the round with a shock dart kill. Really cleaned it up for the Wolverines, but, however, that was the Raiders' bonus round. They still have the money to come into the next round, as we see Window with plenty of money still opting to buy the Judge.
Oceano might not like his gun, but apparently that's all he needs to get his opening 3 kills for the round. Yoru, though, the Okuna on the Yoru is taken out by Window. Window wants to keep going, is chipped down, but stays alive. Quacky, though. Window, he's looking for another. Oh, but Oceano gets the better of the draw.
But Topaz gets a pick in mid. I think the Raiders are going to look to pivot here.
They have to. A-side is pretty well defended. Yes, they will be bringing that spike up B. Only one defender currently. With looks like the Wolverines aren't sure exactly where this is looking. They might be rotating a second player into B, but they have some smoke in their way as Tubby looks for the plant. Will get it. 3v3 retake.
Take flight.
So of course CS Lee is going to be on this late pivot, but the bomb isn't planted for him, so let's see how the Raiders or CS Lee adjusts to that.
He still has a good angle. He will have the angle he needs to take out Quacky to swing things firmly in favor of the Raiders. They've got good looks on site. It's going to be hard for the Wolverines to try and go for a defuse here.
I think Oceano's going to be too late on this and is spotted by the KJ turret, and this is a done deal for the Raiders. Looks like they're going to... The Wolverines are going to save.
Yeah, they're out of time. They have to. Very well done by CS Leaf and the Raiders that time on the post plant. We're able to send CS Leaf behind Ducky on the east side of B site, and that made all the difference.
Yeah, really good game plan by the Raiders here of adjusting to Window, going in sight, getting one, and creating all the A pressure, and then pausing and making them think about the space that the Wolverines, they haven't cleared. It made them all spread out, and the Raiders could just go B, take that hit, take that choke point, and have CSC work up A.
Meanwhile, nobody for the Raiders has picked up the spike as of yet.
So they're just gonna play slow round here.
Yeah, it's a 2-1-2 defense from the Wolverines. Wright State haven't gained any ground anywhere yet, but that just changed with Topaz taking out Oceano, the star player for the Wolverines. Definitely looking like a C push here. Only one immediately defending, and he will get cut down by Summer. Should be able to get the plant here with Ducky too far away to help out. Casting Shadows, though, will take out Topaz. But Window will trade his life out. Window wants a little bit more. And it's just Casting Shadows against 4 Raiders. Looks like they're completely backing off of this. I think it might just be a save.
Yeah, there's no chance in this round. I think the Wolverines want to keep the economy here, just keep a gun for the next round, as I don't think they have that much money going into the next round for the rest of the team. So, but as the Raiders are going to look to hunt for this.
Ooh, they walk right into Casting Shadows. He will get 2. He will get 2 exit frags on his way out, but the damage has been done. Wright State take a 4-1 lead, planting in C again.
Kind of huge for Casting Shadows to not die at the end of the round, as they can buy it for another teammate and save a gun for this round. But it looks like the Wolverines are not having any intentions to force up with the saved rifle, as we're looking at some. Actually, it's going to be a weird buy coming in buying up with a Bulldog, Stinger, and a Sheriff, as they are going to buy up eventually.
Obscuring vision.
Definitely looking like a potential A push, but Wolverines are sending 2 of their own through mid. Might have a... Yoru jumps away, but Quacky will have the angle onto Window that I was worried about. Summer trying to avenge their fallen comrade. Nobody gets the better of that exchange. Wright State still looking for that A site push. The Scouts will let them know that there's at least one, but the Wolverines know exactly where this is headed, but they will pop the Killjoy ult, buy some space. Oceano will answer with an ult of his own to destroy the lockdown.
One enemy remaining.
Not looking like a good round for the Raiders. It's just Tubby and a Dream. Flawless from Michigan. Also denied the Killjoy ult from Topaz.
Feeling good. We got this.
Yeah, really good ult from Michigan here, and the Wolverines changed their game plan up from the Waylay, Quackity, and Acuna pushing up that A every round. They changed it up and they pushed mid, and it caught the Raiders off guard, getting a kill onto Window in their spawn, and the Raiders couldn't really do anything after that, as they were getting pinched from both sides, from A and mid.
Yeah, speaking of ults, there's 3 available for the Wolverines, with 1 more just 1 point away, with Wright State only having 1. Quacky opens things up onto Topaz. Window got the neon ult of his own, and he will find at least 1 on S. He wants to find a little bit more. Looks like he's running out of time, and Wolverines are giving him no good looks. Sends a scout through, knows at least one's there, getting chipped down. Window swings, will find a trade before it goes down, but this round is going south for the Raiders. CS Leaf will find 1 more, is able to bring things close, but Oceano will get the defuse here.
Yeah, Oceano, get him with that Guardian. Just keep buying the Guardian, Oceano. You're doing so well with it. But as we talked about last map of Quackity not using their ult, Quackity doesn't finally uses their ult in this map straight away and for the retake, and it gives Michigan the round. Slowed like all the Wright State Raiders on site, and it was an easy site retake for the side of the Wolverines. And again, CS Leaf almost pulled that one back, but could not come to fruition.
He must have heard you talking bad about it at the Guardian and decided he's going to keep on buying it. Quacky's got a good angle. The Neon will find one in addition to throwing up a pretty good wall. CS Leaf will find another. 5v3 advantage for Wright State. They've taken over this B site.
Really good call from Wright State. And now Acuna to op. Kind of really hard to retake this. Might need to pop his ult here, but I don't know if it's worth it with 2 man down.
Get in the smoke, and they will cut him down. So, yeah, definitely not going to be able to use that ult anymore. Luciano trying to force his way on the site. He'll find one, but no more. 3 kills for CS Leaf, and it's a thrifty for Wright State.
Really good strat from the Raiders. Just kind of deathballing into that B site when Acuna buys an op. I'm not sure if they did see that op before in the round, but now they did, and they dealt with it. Now, the Wolverines are going to have a weird buy as they invested into that op, as Acuna's going to opt for either a Bucky or a Stinger for this round, but the rest team is going to buy up.
Looks like a big round for either side. So Wright State still nobody had. Oh, big jump in from CS Leaf on the Omen. A good angle on this entryway into B site. Quacky is just on the other side of that wall. Well, 2 more are staring at each other on the just west of the B site. But no action yet, all quiet on the Western Front for both of these teams so far. But CS Leaf might have an angle on the Quacky, but well, they're just... I feel like they know where each other are, but... Oh, he sees CS Leaf, and he's gonna chip him down. The animation figured him out. Tubby will find his first kill, and it's a big one onto Oceano. Window backs him up and finds one more with the Odin. Wright State 4-2 with the plant down in C.
Cutting through.
I don't think we're going to see a good retake here, but there are guns down, so Acuna does give that upgrade to the Vandal.
Got good chip damage down with the Odin before falling in. Summer will finish the job. Summer's got to keep himself alive, though. Ain't not able to do that this time. Still a good look for Wright State. 2v1 casting shadows. Grabs the op, but he is running out of time.
Diffuse.
And there's Util down on there, and not only will he not be able to do anything about the round, he will be killed on his way out by Topaz. Wright State deep in their lead, 6-3.
Yeah, Wendo with that Odin picked up from the last round just went insane on that C site, and now he's going to get it back.
Yeah, he seems to like that Odin. It's been doing him well so far. He's the top fragger in this lobby. 11-7 start for him with his ult only 1 orb behind.
You see a weird buy from the Wolverines again with an Odin, Bulldog, some pistols. It's just an awkward buy for the Wolverines here.
Wright State sticking to their strategy of trying to find... Quacky will be found in mid by the turret. Meanwhile, Summer finds Acuna. Wright State pushing mid. Only 1 defender there. Spike seems to be headed that way. Also could be headed A side. There's only 1 defender on either site, with 2 more on C.
The Sky Ultimate, the cabbages come in as they know only 1 person is towards this A site, which is casting shadows.
Nobody's even close to being able to help casting shadows out. This should be an easy plant situation. 5v4 retake. As Topaz, his patented mid lurks. This is not looking good for the Wolverines if they don't have an answer for Topaz. And it looks like they do not. He will have at least one. Summer will back him up.
Last player standing.
And it's a familiar scene on this map for Wright State. It's the old get the plant down and send Topaz through mid. And they will at least be winning the half. 7-3 for them.
Yeah, I mean, money resets in 2 rounds. I mean, it's still a better half from the Wolverines than last map. But it looks like they're now on their bye. Ults are looking good for the Wolverines. They could definitely get a round here. We need to probably see an ult from Casting Shadows and Acuna to take that retake site space. But if they did switch it up, as we now see SA on the A site instead of that normal B site.
They are swarming A site almost immediately, rushing into site. Only the Cypher defending, and they are cut down by CS Leaf. Meanwhile, Topaz will have some competition for his mid push, while the rest of the Raiders try to defend here. Window still finding great pay dirt with the Odin before being cut down by Acuna. But you know what's better than one Odin? It's 2! Tubby keeps things going. CS Leaf finds Asano, and it's just Miss Quackity against 3 Raiders. One of them with an Odin, and CS Leaf will put the final touching on. Wright State 8-3
round before the switch.
as we are 1 round away from the switch.
So we have the Odins coming up from Wright State really helped them while Acuna was your ulting. Because they only have one tiny choke point to go through, and if they're spamming an Odin through it, the Wolverines can't get out onto site with the Yor ult. So it really paid off in the end.
Yeah, it's a little hard to get through a door when you're getting shot at by a giant machine gun. But
as you'll probably see a slurry of ults this round, as there are a lot. There are 5 ults in this round. 6, excuse me.
And it's the last one before the round, so you might as well use them. Wright State, it's going to be Window falling first.
Decoy.
Like you said, there's a lot of ults that could turn the tide either way, as it looks like a push through mid, potentially towards C, as Summer evens the odds onto Acuna. So there's definitely going to be a C push. They recognize there's only one defender, but it is Oceano. But he will do no damage this round. Summer takes him out with the shotgun. So I guess with a plant, but Essie will take out Topaz. But CS Leaf coming through when they need him. As per usual, he will take down 2 before falling himself. Casting Shadows all by his lonesome to try and make this half look a little bit better. But Tubby will spend his ult to make this plant just about impossible for Casting Shadows to break. He knows where they are. He will kick 1-2 as they push through. Does he have the time? It's gonna be close.
I think he does.
Yeah, he's got it.
Clutch.
It's a big clutch from Casting Shadows to make it only an 8-4 half for the Raiders, and I say only, but I feel like that could have been a lot worse for the Wolverines. At the very least, it's still marginally competitive, which is a lot better than you could say for the first half of last map, as the Raiders ended 8-4.
Yeah, Casting Shadows with a huge clutch there, and then the Wolverines are just playing better. They're adjusting to the game plan of Wright State, and they're playing pretty well, but CS Leaf, again, just starting out, having a really good game today. Going 14-6 in this map, and in the first map he was very good, towards the top of the scoreboard.
Wright State, it looks like the bulk of the Wolverine defenders are headed towards C site. Raiders do have people pushing in that direction, but that is not where the spike is. It is still back towards spawn. A side is being left completely on its lonesome. But Window will be taking out Akuna. Window swoops back towards A site. Might have a good angle here if they don't know where he is. They're more focused on CS Leaf here, but they should get the plant down
planted.
A. With Window still lurking on site up in heaven.
We're gonna see a double flash from the Raiders to Omen Paragoy and the Skybird, but
They do send the flash through, but can't get the kill. Duo keep himself alive, though, and Raiders cutting through this post-plant so far. Only casting Shadows remains, and he is... might be able to... no, not this time. He came close. But it's another pistol round win for Wright State, as Tubby will get the defuse.
It is over.
got really good coordination from Wright State. All jumping down from heaven and pushing together as 4 members all went to the site at one time. Definitely look at CS Leaf here. I mean, they had a good double blind combination, but it was just awkward as Quackity peeks at the same time as the Skybird was coming out. So it was a little awkward for that fight, but it all worked out in the end for the Raiders. They just retook the site and didn't have that many casualties as we have go into the next round with just a couple of upgraded pistols for the side of the Wolverines.
Wright State looking to follow up their pistol round win. Wolverines have left the spike back in spawn at least for now. Recon bolts come in. Topaz, though, finds Akuna. Another opening kill for the Raiders. But Essie will find the trade onto Window. They'll keep the ball rolling here. A site left unmanned by the Raiders again. CS Leaf is pretty deep, though, but Oceano will keep chipping things away. Oh, Leaf found one, but couldn't find the other. It's all up to Topaz now.
2 of the members of the Wolverines are at low HP and one-shot to this Marshall. But it's really going to be a hard round to win if you're Topaz.
Spike
He's
planted.
able to... Still has that Marshall in hand, but like you said, it's going to take some heavy lifting here. We've seen him do it before against similar odds, but it looks like they know exactly where he is.
The eyes are
But he
down.
will find Essie. That will make his job a little bit easier. But time is not on his side this time. Jumps down from heaven and they know exactly where he is. As the Wolverines will take their first round on offense.
Yeah, just another eco lost for the side of the Raiders and team. They're both just trading eco rounds with those upgraded pistols really working out for the side of the Wolverines, and now the Raiders just coming to the round with an outlaw and some upgraded pistols. See if he can go the other way, or Oceano with a bulldog might just do it for the Wolverines here.
Last map it was Oceano, but this map casting shadows coming in big. Yeah, Oceano must have heard me talking because he opens up the kills this time onto Summer. It looks like the bulk of this Wolverines offense headed towards A site. State have read it decently. Window tried to peek around to find something. Know exactly where he is thanks to the fire bolts, but it will spray through. Tubby finds something before Etsy clears the Raiders off of the site. Topaz wrapping around to the other side of A. But CS Leaf will find an opening with the Outlaw to make this a little bit easier.
No charges.
Well, they've completely left A site. Wright State will get both of their members in.
It's Asher Star.
CS Leaf finds another. He'll find 3. Topaz! And it's CS Leaf with a 4-kill round! To completely break that one up, they should have time.
Thrifty.
There you go, a big Thrifty and a big round from the top fragger, CS Leaf.
Huge clutch from CS Leaf there. Just picking up that Vandal is just so big for CS Leaf in that round, and wow, he gets 4, clutches up the round, and yeah, I mean, the Wolverines had a good game plan, and with an Astro Star on that post plant, and just couldn't, it didn't matter. CS Leaf just killed them all.
It feels like whenever this Raider team needs a clutch big performance to come out, it's CS Leaf who provides. And if it's not him, it's Topaz.
What a dink from Quackity onto Window there. Window now with just 5 HP.
Well, 5 HP ain't 0, as Wright State have left C alone, but the Wolverines have left the Spike alone, just trying to find something first. Did find a lot of damage, but it is getting healed up right away. Like it never even happened, as they do have the Spike this time. As big teleport in and out from CS Leaf back to B site, as the entirety of the Wolverines comes into A, but their opener falls to Window before he is taken out by Oceano, but the offensive players for Wright State keep on going. It's Summer keeping things in. It keeps on going with another kill in A site. They have completely defended this A site from the Wolverines. It's just Oceano left. Does have Smoke defending him with that dog limb. That's going to stun him up. It's 3 kills from Summer to seal that one for Wright State.
Yeah, I mean, coming out of that round, coming into that round, Michigan, the Wolverines just have to have been boomed. They had no economy. I mean, I don't know how you have confidence after that round, after losing that, and they come into this round, let's just hit A, and they didn't realize that 3 members of Wright State were on site, and they were leaving C alone because Topaz gets so much information with that turret on the site and on B, and that alarm bot on B, so they don't need to rotate.
Well, A didn't work out, so it looks like it's going to be a C rush. It's completely undefeated. Ooh, I say that incorrectly. CS Leaf takes out Essie to open things up. It's all 4 Wolverines on C site. They should be able to get the plant down. Meanwhile, the Yoru has to teleport out. Kills are traded back towards the southwest. Rocky will find something, but they're going to keep rolling, actually. It's just Summer left to try and get this post plant for Wright State. They have found the Spike. They did find one. It's just Summer versus Casting Shadows. Do they know where they are? They're going for the post plant. Casting Shadows going to poke their head out. And it's Casting Shadows again, clutching up for the Wolverines. He's definitely been their ace player here in Map 2.
Yeah, I mean, once the Raiders saw the Astra ult come in from Casting Shadows, they pushed hard through that A site. Did get SA, but it didn't matter. They didn't need to watch flank, as the Astra ult is just kind of a win con for the Wolverines at this point. They are now 2 for 2 when Casting Shadows has used that Astra ult. And it's a good round for the Wolverines, just using their ult to get in the site and having a good post plant.
Can they continue to whittle away at this Wright State lead? They send the Yoru clone in to another undefended C site, and this time Essie will get the better of CS Leaf. Tubby, though, will trade them out.
Out of charge.
So far, it's just a C plant 4v4, but Topaz will find Oceano. They'll keep it rolling. Just 2 left defending. Casting Shadows will have to do it again, but won't be able to clutch up this time. Wright State annihilate the post plant, and they are 1 away from this one.
Yeah, the Wolverines had a decent game plan going into the site. Waylay ult, let's take site, plant, get out, but it just, no one was on site for them to ult, as Topaz has been playing off site with that turret again, and it worked. I mean, even with SA denying the flank, Wright State still came in with Tubby's Sova ult, got a kill, and just opened up the site with Summer and just going to site.
Bulk of the Wright State defense in B. Spike might be headed B again, so this might be pretty well read by Wright State.
So Wright State have switched it up with the KJ on the A site, and really no one on that C site, but I don't think the Wolverines are going to expect this.
Summer's coming in, finds one before falling to Quacky. The defense remains similar. Wright State seem to have no problem with leaving C site undefended, and they've won plenty of rounds doing just that. But they do have a player watching the entrance to C site in from mid. Window still staring him down in B site as the spike looks to be wrapping back to A site. Currently only defended by Topaz, as the rest of the Raiders are left unaware at the moment.
Left.
If Topaz can get one out here. Oh, got caught reloading as Quacky jumps in. As he should be able to get the plant off here. It'll be a 3v4 retake for the Raiders.
You are divided!
See another Astral coming in.
This way!
I think this might be a round secure for the Wolverines with the Astro Stars, but CS Leaf might have something to say about that. And Window.
SC, I thought had good timing there, but Window jumps in. Tubby finds a kill. Hold on a minute. They do have 2 players on very low health, but CS Leaf took out the ace. CS Leaf seals the deal, and Wright State will take this one home 13-6, and they will take the match 2-0.
This crazy CS Leaf again. Just again with the clutch. I mean,
I said it before. Every time it feels like this Raiders team needs a kill, needs a performance, CS Leaf is there.
They had the star on the spike. They had 4-player post point, 4v3 with an ult, and Window making that space with the neon ult, and just CS Leaf getting the last 2 kills just cement the round. As we take a look at the scoreboard here, and
CS Leaf 23-10 is his final KDA. Window not bad as well. Yeah, he had the most first bloods in the lobby. And it wasn't quite a 13-2, but 13-6. That's the kind of win I like. It's still interesting enough, but you still feel pretty comfortable afterwards as the Raiders move to 2-1 on the semester.
yeah, I don't think the Wolverines. I don't think the scoreline reflects how close this game was. Every round was incredibly close, with Casting Shadows having a really good game, and Quackity, I mean, getting 4 first bloods, and the Wolverines just looked a lot more coordinated on this map, but it just wasn't meant to be when Window and CS Leaf with the same combat score just are just owning every map. And you know, it wasn't really, for this map, looking at the scoreboard, it wasn't really a certain individual that stood out. I mean, yes, CS Leaf played really well, but as we look at the kills, it's 17-17, 23. It's, I mean, all the Raiders had their own impact to that game.
Yeah, it was a team effort that brought them the win here against the Michigan Wolverines JV squad. So that is going to do it from us here for the Wright State Esports Club. I've been RJ, this has been J-Bub, and we're saying so long and Raider up!